I'm Nick Cholis, and I'm the founder of Farmer's Keeper. In this video, I'm going to tell you all about how it works when you sell your grain through us, how to set a price, how to set basis on your grain, how delivery and settlement works, and then talk about what happens if you don't come up with the bushels. So Farmer's Keeper helps farmers sell their grain with grain pricing tools like HTAs, collars, min-maxes, accumulators, all customized to you, and managed pricing programs as well. But you don't have to put up any margin money for it because we're using the same clearing firms that the grain elevators use to hedge your grain, but we're leaving the delivery location open for you. So if you're a farmer out there that doesn't want to carry the hedge on your bushels and you see more than a 10-cent difference in basis across the different elevators that you deliver to, it probably makes sense to sell a portion of your grain through Farmer's Keeper. We've got a whole nother video about that, about when to sell grain through Farmer's Keeper and which bushels you should use. Check that out. But for now, let's get started and talk about how to actually set your prices with Farmer's Keeper. So we offer any grain pricing tool that any of the elevators offer to you, like HTAs, floors, average price contracts, min-maxes or collars, accumulators, and managed pricing programs. You can set those prices however you market your grain on any futures month that you want. You can also place offers on your grain. So if you're someone who sells a lot of HTAs, you can set an offer at any point above the market on any futures month you want. And that way, while you're busy in the field or you're sleeping on the overnight, if that level gets triggered, you make the sale and you just locked in your futures price. The way we lock in something like, let's say you wanted to do a min-max, we call in directly to the clearing firm's pricing desk with you on a recorded line and get an exact live quote at that moment to figure out exactly where price is at, and then you verbally commit to how many bushels you want to do on that exact same structure. And then later on that night, you're going to get your official purchase contract from the clearing firm with the physical bushels that you have that have to be delivered upon on this contract. So you've set your futures price, however you were going to do that, using any grain pricing tool, which, by the way, we've got a video on how to use all the grain pricing tools that you should definitely check out. We talk about how and when to use those, and that information is pretty much universal across any elevator across the country with a little bit of tweaks. So when you've got your price set now, you did it on a recorded line, everything's good to go. Farmer's Keeper also sends you your email version that explains everything in the structure that you just did right after you lock it in. We save all that information, but now it's time to set basis. You might set basis a week after you pull the trigger on a pricing tool or a year afterwards, depending on how far out you're doing that. So when you've got a block of bushels, let's say you've sold 20,000 bushels on an HTA through Farmer's Keeper. All you have to do is call us and let us know where and when you want to deliver those bushels. So if you have bushels on a December corn contract, you don't just have to deliver those bushels in December. You can deliver those anytime in that contract. So that could be October, straight out of the field, in November, or in December. We'll get into a little bit about what happens when you settle and how you get paid, which is really easy. But if you end up having bushels on a December contract or any contract month, and you want to roll forward or backwards, you can do that with those bushels. So if there's a carry in the market, or you're not able to deliver bushels because you got really busy at harvest or something, or you think price is going to improve, you can roll out your contract for a fee and then be able to sell that grain on that contract and set your basis. If you have questions about where you should deliver because you deliver to more than a few different elevators, or you want to set up alerts on if basis hits a certain level at your local elevators, Farmer's Keeper can track all that for you for free, and we'll look outside your market in case there's a really high bid that you might want to capture. And if you're not able to haul there, we can potentially get you trucking options that can haul in that grain and still come up ahead at the end of the day. So if you don't have to haul it and you're getting a better price at the end of the day, that might end up working out for you. Finally, Once you get set and you've delivered all your grain, all you have to do is let us know that you finished hauling everything in. So once you've filled up that 20,000 bushel contract we've been talking about, let your account manager here at Farmers Keeper know, and then we'll get settlement from the elevator and you'll get paid in a few days. If you want to defer pay to the following year, you can also do that through us. It's up to you to set that with us before settlement begins on your bushels, and we're more than happy to defer pay to the following crop year or any time in the future. And then finally, if you want to get paid via ACH direct deposit, you can get set up so that you get a direct deposit directly to your bank account to wherever you want to get paid to that grain. And you can split payments too. Otherwise, we set up all of our customers standard to receive paper checks. Finally, a big question that's on every producer's mind, especially those of you in acres where you see a lot of variability in your yield. We get asked all the time, what happens if I don't produce the bushels that I've committed to on physical with Farmers Keeper? Well, there's a few options. So either you can cash settle out those bushels. So if you have equity in your trade and you sold grain above where the current market is, you could have the option of just taking the equity of what's left over compared to today's board price. Or you can pay out in cash the difference from where your trade is, from where the market is, if you're below the market. A lot of people that have done that with crop failures do that with the insurance payout that they receive. You also, in some cases, have the option to roll out your bushels into the next year and deliver it as a next crop. So we always want to be in communication with you throughout the year. And part of that means that every farmer that works with Farmers Keeper has one single point of contact, one account manager that you work with that helps you look at the markets, talk through all the different pricing tools we have, sets your basis, looks at where all your prices are at, so you can have all your bushels all in one place. So again, if you've got a portion of your bushels that you see more than a 10-cent difference on between the cash and basis bids at the elevators you deliver to, and or you just don't want to carry the hedge on your trades, you can do that on physical bushels that you'll have to set basis on and deliver on through Farmers Keeper and our clearing firm partners. It's a great way to sell your grain if it's the right fit for you. So if you're interested in that, you can send us your information by going to our website, www.farmerskeeper.org, or shooting us an email at info@farmerskeeper.org, and we'll reach out to you, learn more about you, your farm, your risk tolerance, what your production looks like, how you usually like to sell your grain, and see what's a good fit for you. Thanks for listening. Take care.
Grain pricing tools, no margin, play the basis. Farmers Keeper. Click the link below to supercharge your grain marketing.